Now, as these things go on their tour of influencers, this knife is already on to its next destination. Where it's going is a who's who of late 2010s knife influence uploaders that have long since passed me in subscribers. You know, the Shabazz, the Metal Complex, you know, doing really well for themselves. But its memory is still fresh in my heart, fresh with my heart, fresh on my heart. But the Rook here is getting the quick look treatment. Now, I can't throw it off a roof. I can't kill a goat, wedge it in a stump, so that limits my options on footage. You're going to get mostly crusty hand shots here. Regular viewers will now know it's that time of year again, you know, when my hands get dry and crusty. I don't believe in hand lotion. I signed a waiver, so I don't have to use it, and talked to my pastor about it, and he agreed it was full of nanobots. Now, this comes from designer and maker Adam Purvis. You might remember the Primordial or the Progeny and the Knife Nuts versions of each. Now, Levin here arranged to send me this prototype here, speaking of Knife Nuts, which pre-orders are going to go live on December 30th, 2022. And I know at that point you're broken, you're out of money, so maybe there's room for a little Christmas tree for yourself no one has to know about. Especially if you've been hitting the Johnny Walker. So let's take a look at the blade. Blade here is 20 CV. You know 20 CV to be the chemical twin to M390. Basically, right? Or is it chemical? Atomic? Chemical? I feel like I'm using the wrong word here. I know the word's pretty close. But 20 CV, I don't think is worn out its welcome as much as the M390s. You know, that's in like 60% of your run-of-the-mill high-end production knives. So think of 20 CV and M390. You know, it's the Drake me. He doesn't like this, but oh, this is cool. Yeah, they're like the same thing, Drake. Oh man, it's funny. It never gets old. Like the Pam meme, you know, like here's the same thing. Do you guys understand by now? I hope you understand by now. Now I like 20 CB just fine because it's in my deadlocks, and that's really all it takes for me. Has a decent amount of wear resistance, corrosion resistance. This knife here uses the 20 CV in a flat grind and some sort of drop clip point style profile. Drop point, clip point. No, not a clip point. Maybe a clip point. It's a front flipper though. I always prefer using the thumb on a front flipper to keep it from flying out of my hand. Now, the pointer finger swipe is always a bit risky on your expensive knives unless you like impressing your internet followers with your flipping skills, you know. That's the only thing it's good for. But realize in real life, no one really cares. Now, I feel the over-the-top back pop with the pointer finger feels a little safer for me in the hand than the pointer swipe, okay? These are going to be like $300, so, you know, do what you have to do for the feet, okay? Pivot here is nice and smooth. It's on bearings, not quite a drop shut, but you're fine with that, you know? Drop shut is a wonderful surprise when it happens, but you don't need it, okay? Asking for it makes you look like an a-hole. Now, we have a frame lock here. It locks up right about so, you know, on your tang. No lock stick on the Proto, but easy-ish to flip and disengage. As far as the size of this knife overall and the grip, it's about Paramilitary 2 size, although the overall is a little shorter, but in line with the length and blade area-ish. Now, this option here is bead blasted and stonewashed with a natural micarta, but there will be 4 variations. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Knife Nuts version too, so like 5. You can see all 4 versions over on Adam Purvis's feed, but the one that sounds the nicest to me is the black bronze stonewashed titanium with the burl wood scales and the hand rub. You know, it's nice to have the hand rub. Underneath the scales, you got skeletonized titanium slabs, which keep the knife nice and light. Under 2.5 ounces is pretty impressive for a titanium knife this size. A pocket clip. Lefties will hate this. In fact, I should title my video that with the zoomed in thumbnail. 500,000 viewers in a week, but I hate people watching my videos. You know that. And you know what? And to be fair, it seems like they hate watching them too after the last one. You know, the little drawer knife display case. Am I right? I like to tell myself one of the charms of this channel is me complaining about how my last video did. Anyway, hidden hardware here on the pocket clip, titanium milled, kind of sharp by designish, right? Not swappable. Blade backward, tip up in the right pocket is where you might find it. Comparisons. Now the Rook ain't tiny. It's just a good size. Fits in my average guy, nasty bleeding, dry, cracked hands very nicely. You know, one day a full finger's just going to crack and fall right off. That's one less finger to worry about though. Now here it is next to the Paramilitary 2. with its aftermarket Flytanium scales and a Lynch clip. Saw one big pikey the other day. He's like, "It's not a build if you do this." And okay, you know, it took me half an hour to do this. Okay, so it's a build. Okay, just joking. I don't care. Sharp by Design Apex, also a front flipper with these knife nuts fuchsia scales or inlays. I mean, I like the blue inlays too, but fuchsia is like a little sassier purple. I think these are all gone though, the knife and the inlays. You snooze, you lose, right? This is the Esnix Beer Buster Jr., also a front flipper. Bit harder to flip, really, but the knife is more about drinking than fidgeting. Then you got your Jack Wolf here, your bead blasted micarta look. You see what I'm doing here? It's like the modern knife look, bead blasted micarta. Slip joint though, and I feel like these are spiritually connected because of the visuals here. And let's do one more, the Arkona Nettle. This is a front flipper. You know, Levin still has the higher end version of these over on his site. This is pretty cool. He sent me this like earlier this year. It's lightweight. It's just easy to flip. You just do the little the swipe, and it's great. All right, that about does it. Pre-orders, like I said, go live on this beauty 30th of December. Please follow Adam Purvis feed, which is linked below the video, so you can be alerted to any changes, any new knives, or news about this, or pics of the renders when they turn into protos for the the burl wood one. Also, you gotta say hi to the patrons. They are slowly helping me pay off these no-interest financing payments on my computer and camera gear so I can edit my videos, store my videos, and have a second monitor for all that. So like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching.